Being up early to practice, take a comfortable seat. Sit tall through your spine. Take a moment to turn your gaze low or close the eyes. In doing so, welcome yourself to this 45-minute all levels practice. Today, infusing a flow that is sometimes gentle, sometimes a bit quicker and challenging. Using our mantra of letting it go. Work with the breath, the poses, to find some ease through each pose, even when there's a bit of discomfort. Nod the chin down to the chest here and rock the head from side to side. Right ear towards right shoulder and then left ear towards left shoulder. Keep the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Walk the opposite hand out to the side, just fingertips barely grazing the ground. And if you'd like to add a little bit more, take the right hand on top of the left ear for that extra bit of tug out to the side. Remember, we're never trying to put pressure down here. We're lengthening out the stretch. And then walk the hands back to the thighs. Chin to chest, roll it over to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder, right fingertips out. If you're adding it, left hand on top of the right ear. Big breath. And draw it all back. Chin down to the chest. Nice and gentle, pick the head up, open the eyes, make your way to all fours. And finding all fours, hands right under the shoulders, knees underneath the line of the hips. We know this well. Cat and cow, just move the spine back and forth. Any pace that feels right for you. If you want to slow it down, slow it down. When you want to speed it up, speed it up. Press all the way back to child's pose, hips to your heels, reach your arms out long in front of you. Rise up to the finger pads, lift your forearms, elbows, upper arm bones to the sky. And then walk both hands over towards the right side. Great side body stretch here. Try to reach a little further through the left fingertips and pull back on the left hip at the same time. And then walk the hands across the center and give it a go on the other side. Hands walk towards the left, but it's the right hand that tries to reach longer and the right hip that we're pulling back to anchor. Walk the hands across the center. Come through all fours and press to downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Shake out the head. Twisted down dog. Take your right hand to the outside of the left leg. It can be higher on the thigh or lower towards the ankle. Once you find your security there, a little extra twist, kind of pull the torso through. Press down a lot through that left hand and right leg to stay centered still in the body. And then place the right hand back down. Do it to the second side. So if the hand is higher, should be a bit more doable. This can also be done from down on the knees instead of down dog. Reach the hand as low as works and twist through. And then unwind. Forward to plank pose, shoulders over the line of the wrist. Squeeze the heels together, nice, tight. Squeeze through the glutes as well. Lengthen the tailbone, tone the abdomen. We look a little forward here rather than down. Lower flat down to your mat now. Cobra pose. Make it a little baby cobra. Press down through the hands, the top of the feet, maybe 20 to 30% of what you typically do in a full cobra. Just a little lift, a little pulsing up and down with it. And change again, downward facing dog. Here we'll get the legs involved. Lift the right leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open the hip. Go right into the big hip circles today, knee down and around. Trace 3 big circles. The whole body can kind of move with this. Don't feel trapped just in the leg. And then circle the other direction 3 times as well. From the hip circles, step the right foot all the way through to a low lunge. Take your time, get it there. A couple of steps is fine. Knee over ankle, fingertips in line with our toes. Infuse a little lift and height through the back leg, and then take the revolved lunge, right hand to the sky. Go ahead, stay here, breathe. And change to your down dog lunge. Both hands go to the inside of the foot. Spin the back heel down. Walk the hands further towards the top left corner of the mat. Notice what that front knee is doing. For me, it likes to lean into my shoulder. I want to try to broaden out. So it's a lengthening from the inner hip all the way to the inner thigh and knee. And kind of an action of wrapping back right to the outer hip. Walk the hands back in for a moment. Set the left knee down to the mat. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up to the sky, and this knee down lunge. And go into the twist, left arm across the right thigh. Just let the right hand drape down behind you and look over your right shoulder. Inhale, take it everything back up to the sky. Lower the hands either side of the front foot. Step through downward facing dog. Opening flow on the second side. Lift the left leg high, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee and open the hip. And go right into your hip circles, whichever way feels most common for you first, about 3 times. And then switch the direction. I have to think just a little bit more in that opposite direction. It's a good way to keep aligning ourselves, body, breath together. Step it all the way through into your low lunge. Add the left hand high into revolved lunge. And change to down dog. Lunge, hands to the inside, spin the back heel down. So legs are a whole lot like warrior two. As you walk your hands out towards the top right corner of the mat, try to broaden the front knee away from that left shoulder. And walk the hands back in around the front foot. Pick up the back heel. Lower the back knee. Inhale, lift all the way up through the torso, arms overhead. Add the twist here. Right hand falls across the front leg. Look over your left shoulder. And inhale, lift both arms back up. Lower down either side of the front foot. Step it all the way back to downward facing dog. Come forward to plank pose. This time, take the feet wider than the line of the hips so it's a little more stable base there. And we're going to do 3 up downs, meaning go down to your right forearm, down to your left forearm, and then come back up to the right hand, up to the left hand. And then you do the opposite side. Left, right, left, right. Try not to wiggle too much in the hips. That's why we take the feet wider apart. Actually, I need 4 here, 2 on each side. And then stay at the top end of your plank. Feet come back together. Lower flat down to the mat. With that little extra boost of strength, lift through for cobra. Maybe 50 to 70% here in the lift. And press back to child's pose. Bring your torso upright, sit back on your heels, or you could take a kneeling position. An easy twist here, look over the right side. And look over the left side. As you come back to your center, we'll just transition to stand up. You can stay at the back end of your mat. Come all the way up to standing. Sun salutations from the back end here. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Then we're walking out to downward facing dog. And take the right leg up into the air, 3-legged dog. We'll start with that big sweep each time we go into our lunge today. Bring the right foot all the way through to your lunge. High lunge, lift the torso, lift the arms. Full twisted lunge, left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Try to point the right elbow up to the sky here and bring the hands close to the center of the chest. Untwist, set the hands down. Should help you with some balance there. And then spin the back heel down to the ground, preparing us for warrior two. Stand all the way upright again. Extend the arms in either direction. Bend the front knee a lot. Look over the front fingertips. Change to your reverse warrior. Lift the right hand high. Back hand. It's feeling good just on my thigh right now, or you could wrap the hand behind your back. Give yourself some support with that back hand to start to find a little more depth and opening here. And finally, for this flow, go right elbow to the knee, left arm palm down overhead, long reach of side angle pose. Look down to your yoga mat. Place the hands to the floor, either side of the front foot as you spin the back heel up. Step through plank pose. Lower flat down to the mat. We're ready for our full cobra now. Lift on through. Your full range for now, for today. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Lift the left leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Step it all the way through and come up to high lunge. Make sure the feet are hip distance apart, as wide as the hips to make it easier on the balance, especially as we add the twist in here. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. You might hit one place to start with and then kind of keep digging and working your way through until you found the twist that best suits you. Untwist and set the hands down, fingertips to the ground, just to give you that extra sense of balance. Back heel to the floor, warrior two, come all the way upright, extend the arms in either direction. Good, as you gaze out over the front fingertips, bend the front knee deeply. Keep broadening the front knee closer towards the pinky toe side of your foot. Reverse warrior, lift the left arm high, the right hand trail down your back leg. And feel free to use the hand, kind of press into the thigh or wrap behind the back to give you a little bit more support. Good, good, good. Side angle pose, left elbow to the knee, top arm palm down overhead. Finally, look down to the mat, again to plank position. Lower, cobra, and downward facing dog. Remember, we started at the back end of the mat. We'll finish at the back end of the mat here as well. So bend the knees and walk your hands back. Great agility. Work in that forward and walk back of down dog. Kind of simple, kind of not. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand up, reach your arms to the sky. And palms together, center of the chest. All right, we'll make this a little spicier, picking up some pace. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Walk it back out to downward facing dog. And again, lift the right leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Step all the way through into the low lunge and rise up to your high lunge. Repeating here the twist, left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. As you come out of the twist, right into warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior for half a breath. Side angle pose, elbow to knee, left arm palm down overhead. Stay here for a moment, a little extra wow. Drop the left hand behind your back. Take the right shoulder closer to the inner thigh. Work here, or take the bind, right hand under the thigh to hold on to the left hand. Try to swing your head out over the front knee and push a lot of weight into the back leg. Release the hands, unwrap all the way through to plank pose. Lower chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and downward facing dog. Second side, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Step it all the way through, come up to your high lunge. Twist it, take the right elbow to or all the way to lock down to the outside of the thigh. Some more balance work as you shift to warrior two, trying to keep the hands up, lift the torso. And right away, reverse warrior, left arm high, half a breath. Side angle pose, elbow to knee, left arm palm down overhead. Good. Adding on to this pose, wrap the right hand behind your back, stopping at any point that feels best for you. Lower the left shoulder closer to the inner thigh. Still going for it. Take the bind, left arm under the thigh to grab hold. That tends to swing the butt out and head forward towards the long edges of our mat. And we still want everything to shoot towards the short top edges of the mat. Head towards the front foot. Press through your back foot. Unwrap the arms, turn to your low lunge, step through to plank, down to the mat, cobra, downward facing dog. Stay right here in down dog, take it in, a few breaths. And this time we're gonna walk to the center of the mat. So walk the feet a little bit forward, walk the hands a little bit back. Half lift, forward fold. Stand, reach the arms to the sky. Palms together, center of the chest. Good, should be feeling pretty warm, energized, ready to keep going in the practice here. Balance series. Pull the right knee up into the chest. Hook the arms under the leg for support and stretch the leg as straight as it'll go. Changing here to warrior three. Unhook the arms, take them overhead. Like a pendulum, swing the leg down, and then it lifts up behind you as the torso comes more down and forward. Warrior three, think like a T shape in the body. I like to bend the standing knee a lot to give support. Space across the low back, more ease in the hamstrings. Stay here. And then stand back up, arms overhead. Pull the right knee back up and into your chest. And it changes to eagle pose. Wrap the leg over the left. Wrap the right arm under the left. Try bringing the edge of the right outer foot to the outer calf. Squeeze the foot to the bottom leg. And then here, unwrap the legs, unwrap the arms. Mountain pose, take the arms back just down by your side. Steady here. Second side, pull the left knee up and into the chest. Arms can wrap right underneath that thigh to provide a bit of support. Shoot the leg as straight as you can. Levitating sage. Keep the leg as lifted as possible and take the arms overhead. And then swing the leg down and up to the back as you tilt the torso forward for warrior three. Try to keep the hips and shoulders squared down to the mat. Another big reason that I like to bend in the standing leg here. Just makes all of the rotation a little more doable. And inhale and come back upright in the torso. Pull the left knee towards the chest. Eagle pose. Bend the standing leg and wrap the left leg over it. Take the left elbow under the right. Hold the shoulders or the hands. And try squeezing your left foot to the right lower part of the leg. Well done. Unwrap the leg, unwrap the arm, take the hands to the sky, and then just rest down. Again, mountain pose, Tadasana. Okay, take the rest of the walk up to the front end of the mat. We'll put some of that balance flow together with the standing warrior poses. Start with the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Step back to plank, add the vinyasa flow first. Down to the mat. Cobra. And downward facing dog. Lift your right leg into the air, three-legged dog. And step all the way through to your lunge. Come up to high lunge. Here's where we're putting it, warrior three. Tilt forward onto the right leg. Lift the left leg to the sky for warrior three. Lower the left leg back down, high lunge. And go into the twist, left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Untwist, spin the back heel down, open up, long edge of the mat for warrior two. Extend the arms in either direction. Reverse warrior, lift the right hand high. And then side angle pose, right elbow to the knee, left arm palm down overhead, big reach. Bind as possible here if you'd like it. Left hand goes behind the back, right hand under the thigh. Look down at your right foot, change to a low lunge, pick up the back knee to make that happen, back heel I should say, sorry. And rise back up to a high lunge, arms to the sky. Eagle pose, wrap the left leg over the right leg, wrap the left elbow under the right. Squeeze everything tight towards your midline. Pull the left knee back up into the chest. Try to stand tall. Shoot the arms overhead as you shoot the left leg straight out to the front. Mountain pose. Both legs come down, arms come down. Give it a breath. And we'll repeat for the second side. Lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Step back to plank. Lower down to the mat. For cobra. And downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Step all the way through. Find your way into high lunge. Warrior three, put the weight into the left leg. Lift the right leg, tilt the torso down towards the T shape. This takes us right back into the high lunge. Set the right foot down, pull the torso upright, and go for your twist. Right elbow towards the left side. You can always float the torso or hook the elbow to the outside of the knee. More of that balance and control as you spin back heel down, coming out to warrior two, open to the second direction. Reverse warrior, lift. Side angle pose, elbow to knee, top arm, palm down overhead. If you're binding here, right hand goes behind the back, shoulder closer to the inner thigh to wrap the left arm under. Everyone, turn and look at the left toes. Release your pose for low lunge. Rise up to your high lunge again, arms to the sky, so you can step forward into eagle pose. Wrap the right leg over the left. Wrap the right elbow under the left. Arms unwrap, lift them up to the sky. At the same time, stand tall, pull the right knee into the chest, and kick the foot straight out in front of you. Keep it as high as you can. Hip flexors. And then lower the leg down to the mat to release the arms, mountain pose. Feel the lift of the heart rate. Energy and warmth through the body. Give it one more breath here in mountain pose. And we'll start to get down to the mat a little more gentle now. Lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to plank. And lower flat down to the mat. Sphinx pose, set up on your forearms. Have the elbows right under the line of the shoulders. Feet can be, about hip width apart, wider if that feels right for you. I want you to gaze just out a few feet in front of your fingertips here. Nice open line across the collarbone. Really slow down the breath, working to match the length of the inhale and exhale. And then even lengthening out the exhales towards twice as long as your inhale. That breathing practice helps us shift out of fight or flight into the parasympathetic nervous system. Good. And then you can release and flip over onto your back. As you lie down onto your back, pull the knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And set the soles of the feet back down to the mat. We'll have a little bridge pose series here. I say a little bridge pose series, meaning I don't want you to go like full out effort here in bridge pose in terms of the intensity of the movement. Press down through your feet, shoulders, and head. Inhale, let your hips lift up. And then exhale, bring them right back down. Do that a few more times, just kind of pulsing. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and lower. Each time you lift, a little squeeze there, almost like you do when you stand out of a squat. 2 more times. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Inhale, lift the hips again, and now keep them there. There is a squeeze in the glutes. Don't let that go soft. It'll give some protection to the low back. Interlace the hands underneath you. If you're not interlacing arms underneath, grab the edges of the yoga mat. And here, kind of little pulses at the top so that you know that you're not past that edge. You're overly intense for yourself. Little lifts. Release the hands and lower the hips down. Always nice to give a little strengthening for hamstrings, glutes, and opening through the front body there. Pull the knees back into the chest. The standing work didn't speak to that as much today, so that's why I'm asking you not to overdo it on the intensity. Okay, hands out to a T shape and lower both knees over towards the right side in a supine twist. If you want a little extra IT band stretch, you can straighten the left leg, let the foot catch into the right hand. And bring it all across the center. Second direction, both legs move towards the left. And then again, if you'd like to straighten out the top leg, that right leg, catch it towards the left hand. Release, bring it all back into the center. Another strong squeeze. One more little bit of stretch together. Extend the left leg down to the mat and the right leg up towards the sky. Hold somewhere behind the right leg on the thigh, calf, or to the foot. Again, not overdoing the intensity, just a nice stretch where you still find some ease even in a bit of discomfort. And we'll switch sides, left leg up, right leg down. Release the left leg, stretch the arms overhead so you're as tall as you possibly can be. Last little thing here, banana pose. If you walk both feet a little bit over towards the right side, and then I'm gonna hook my left ankle over the right, and then thinking like a banana shape or a crescent moon shape, you lean the hands a little over towards the right side as well. For me, the more that I hook around the ankles and kind of squeeze to each other, and at the same time, I'm pressing my hips out towards the left side here. Really great full length side body stretch. And then switch it over to the other side. So if you find that midline point, and then from there, walk the feet over towards the left. You're hooking the right ankle over and lean the hands. I've got my thumbs hooked as well to make that an easier stay. And then release back to your middle. Here's your opportunity for any last little unwinding points. One more pose, just how the body needs to release prior to Shavasana. So then from that unwinding, just find your final relaxation. Our 45-minute class, making sure at least the final 60 seconds is with stillness. And if you're lying back here, slowly take the time to come back to a seated position. No need to rush yourself. Once seated, draw palms together, thumbs to the sternum. Always closing here in this intention. That means offering. From the gifts of the moving meditation practice together, we can have the intention of carrying through in the rest of our day. I like to close in the sound of Om. You're welcome to sing along, to listen, or to tune it out. Empty out your breath here. Take a deep breath in. I bow in full gratitude to you, each other, this practice. Namaste. All right, thanks so much, Emily, Angela. So I've got live class tomorrow, but not Thursday morning and not Sunday this week.